Revisiting favorite Linkin Park tracks for what would have been Chester Bennington's 50th birthday. For OG Linkin Park fans, March 20 has been a day of remembrance since Chester Bennington's death in July 2017. This year, 2026, it would have been his 50th birthday. So, to honor the late vocalist who impacted so many of us in our formative years, here are 5 of my all-time favorite Linkin Park tracks, plus a bonus. If you're like me, you may have had an older sister who was going through a nu metal goth phase at the time. Not only was this my first introduction to black box hair dye, but I also developed a deep appreciation for Linkin Park. When my sister moved out, I stole her Hybrid Theory and Meteora CDs, not like she noticed, having moved on from the goth phase, and in high school they had permanent residence in my car. They're still in that CD case now, enjoying a well-earned retirement on a bookshelf. Hit the Floor appeared on Meteora, released in March 2003. I was particularly taken by the way several tracks on that album would start out with an unassuming intro before exploding with Chester Bennington's raw vocals or Mike Shinoda's rapid-fire verses. Hit the Floor was one of those that alternated between a strange calm before the storm and the actual storm. Nobody's Listening got its fishhooks into me and never really let go. The odd wooden flute intro, innovative and interesting. Odd wooden flute intro that becomes the backing track. As Lady Gaga once said, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, totally unique, completely not ever been done before, and so on and so forth. The cadence and rhythm of Nobody's Listening is god tier, personally. And as a kid who was often ignored, the concept of told you everything loud and clear, but nobody's listening was particularly relevant. Not to be a bummer or anything. The chorus of From the Inside always sounds to me like some sort of wailing creature desperate to be heard. On every track, Bennington's vocals bring out a sort of ancient emotion suppressed in humankind over eons of evolution. And From the Inside and Easier to Run are the 2 Meteora tracks where, personally, that feeling is the most pronounced. Again, the unsuspecting intro that explodes into raw emotion. Easier to Run punches high immediately, then settles in to draw it all out. The harmonies between Bennington's vocals and Shinoda's chanting cadence before the chorus builds so beautifully. But it's the bridge where Bennington shines on this track. The transition from pretending I don't feel misplaced is so much simpler than change, into a chorus made hopeful by a simple key change shows off the sheer obliterating power that Linkin Park possessed. Yes, there's a lack of Hybrid Theory on this list, but all my favorites from that album are pretty much everyone else's favorites too, because they're so good. Same with Linkin Park's 2007 album, Minutes to Midnight. I like the singles, so sue me. What I've Done and Leave Out All the Rest are timeless, but Bleed It Out is almost like an outlier on that album. Featured among Linkin Park's somber, broody, aggressive usuals, Bleed It Out is weirdly hype, even fun. It's exciting, and made more so by the subtleties of hushed laughter, whoops and shouts and clapping. All the ambient sounds of a band just hanging out in a recording studio. Bleed It Out feels effortless in the way that much of Linkin Park's discography doesn't. Not that their other songs feel harried or difficult, but most of Hybrid Theory and Meteora, the albums I'm the most familiar with, are more like emotional catharsis. Like something painful and raw is being wrenched from the depths of Chester Bennington when he sings. Bleed It Out, in contrast, sounds like it just flowed out one day and didn't leave a scar behind.